Bum. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. Oh look to oat, oh look to oat, oh look to oat, apples and bananas. Oh look to oat, oh look to oat, oh look to oat, apples and bananas. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. Do you like to eat? Do you like to eat? Do you like to eat apples and bananas? Hey guys, do you like to eat? Do you like to eat? Do you like to eat apples and bananas? I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. Okay, we're going to talk about fruit fun and fruit fear. Who likes to eat apples? Who likes to eat bananas? Who likes to eat any kind of fruit? Tell me your favorite fruit below. Hey guys, hey Michelle, hey I think that's Grover, hey whoever's joining, hi who's here, tell me where you are tuning in from and tell me what your favorite fruits are to eat. Every once in a while I love to get on and talk about fruit because I still run into folks in the wild who have fruit fear and think fruit is bad and who've gotten bad miseducation, undereducation, just straight up marketing brouhaha that fruit is bad. So we're gonna talk about fruit fun, fruit fear for just a second here. Totally impromptu. I just wanted to come on and talk for a second about how wonderful fruit is. What a magical gift from the gods it is. Did you know we used to worship fruit as a human species? It was considered a gift from the gods. The kings and queens of yesteryear lived longer than the peasants because they had access to fruits from faraway lands. Michelle's favorite is watermelon. Awesome! I love me some watermelon. I just had a big bowl of tropical fruit. I had mango, pineapple, and banana. I love to make me some fruit and veggie smoothies. So there's just a couple like basic things I want to hit on with this fruit conversation because we can dive deeper in future videos if we want to, and you guys can ask questions. Who has fruit confusion, has heard conflicting information, nutritional information about fruit, or maybe just about specific types of fruit. What kind of questions do you have? What is your favorite fruit? What fruits do you eat regularly? What do you feel good about eating? What do you feel not so good about eating when it comes to fruit? And what are you kind of like, I don't know if that fruit is any good for me. Okay, so I'm gonna have we're gonna have kind of basic vocab, glossary here that I'm gonna establish right now. And then maybe in future videos we'll dive deeper. But these are some basic concepts that are misconstrued all the time in the health and nutrition world, in the marketing of it, right? So let's talk about fruit because fruit is truly magical. Hey from Vegas, Nicole, I see some kiwis, pineapple, watermelon, banana, apples. I like to eat apples and bananas and oranges. Yes. So it was definitely worshipped and revered in ancient times, fruit was, as a gift from the gods. But let's talk about fruit in general. First of all, there's a couple of things we have to know. Fruit has been kind of given a bad rap as high sugar, like that fruit is bad. That's a common myth I see. What other myths do you guys see? It's a carb, and carb has been made into a 4-letter word in our society, right? So we need carbohydrates to live. Carbohydrate is practically everything out there, right? Grains are carbohydrates, potatoes are carbohydrates, fruits are carbohydrates, vegetables are carbohydrates. There are different, not all carbohydrates were created equally. First, we're gonna have like a crash course on carbs. There's simple, there's complex, right? And if we get into grain, like I'm really specific, you won't find me actually using the word, I love you too, I love everybody. You won't, and I love fruit. You won't actually find me using the word carbohydrate very often because I like to get more specific. I'm talking about this fruit, this vegetable, that vegetable, this kind of potato. If I'm talking about grains or breads or, you know, like rice, brown rice, a whole grain versus a refined grain is very different, right? So crash course on that. A whole grain is made up of bran, endosperm, and germ. Those three things are what brings a whole grain together. When it goes through the refining process, i.e. making a whole grain, a white grain, like white flour, right? Boop, it strips away 2 out of the 3, you're just left with the 1. And then your body's going, hey, where's that other stuff? Where's that other stuff? You know? And that's what spikes our blood sugar, because that turns to sugar in the body. Okay, alcohol, another thing that turns to sugar in the body and is a carbohydrate. However, we have these other complex carbs like sweet potatoes, for example, which are amazing for us. They're accompanied by fiber, and that's what I want to talk about with fruit. So fruit is different than just having sugar, right? Just having table sugar or just high fructose corn syrup in everything, because it's accompanied by the fiber of the fruit. An apple is very fibrous. A mango is very fibrous, right? So when you're eating the whole fruit, you're getting the fiber that goes along with it that slows down the impact on the blood sugar, right? That's how that kind of fruit is meant to be digested. So on a side note, when you're making your smoothies and your juices, that's why oftentimes you'll hear me saying, when you juice, make sure it's high vegetable content and low fruit content, because you're separating the fiber from the juice. When you smoothie, when you're pureeing things, you're keeping the fiber in. So you can add more fruit to your smoothies. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up or a fruit emoji if you guys are following along, and let me know what questions are coming up for you. So that's the first thing, right? The carbohydrate conversation and the fruit, the fiber in the fruit conversation. Also, fruit is incredibly healing for all bodies. Incredibly healing. One of the most accessible foods that are on this earth and on this planet that we can ingest, that we all have access to and can ingest and can really benefit from the healing qualities of fruit. They are, and different fruits have different strengths, but they're antiviral, antibacterial, they have high antioxidant qualities, okay? And they just are really so healing. And they heal on a cellular level, and they're incredibly hydrating, right? So, for example, berries are a low sugar fruit. Fruit heals all bodies and can help all bodies, right? Equal opportunity with fruit. If you are diabetic or hyperglycemic, you may have already noticed what fruits do and don't work for you. That's the only time I suggest maybe moderating some of the higher sugar fruits and gearing towards some of the lower sugar fruits. What's a lower sugar fruit? Almost all berries. Berries are incredibly healing in the body. They have so much that we do know about antioxidant qualities. Antioxidants, of course, fight free radicals, which ultimately fights disease, and they also help the immune system. Something we want right now, right, is to have our immune system up now and working well at high capacity. Berries are pure magic in the body, right? Berries are something that when I look at the energetic profile of, yes, thank you, not Michelle, Nicole. Yes, fruit has such a high vibration. So when I look at the energetic quality the energetic profile, I call it, of berries, like of blueberries or raspberries, any of these really accessible berries. I mean, there's other berries that aren't so ubiquitous, like Saskatoon berries or Shazander berry, but even these berries we see all the time that are sold all over the place have a really high vibration. They have a quality that is yet undiscovered by science. Berries, okay? They are pure magic in the body, and they entrain you at a cellular level up to their frequency, up to their vibe, okay? And fruit is like this, right? Like, fruit has a very high vibration. If you are someone who walks amongst the trees and plants, you can kind of entrain and become tune into the different, the different energies of the plants and fruits around you. And each one has a different type of energy. But fruit in general really helps lift you up. It helps bring you higher. It helps lift your spirits. It does magic inside the body, where it's helping the body go through its natural detox. I mean, for example, lemon. Something as simple as lemon, like having lemon juice in your water, helps detox the liver so much. The liver is something that's commonly overtaxed in our society by all, the meat and the dairy and the heavy foods that we eat, right? Those have a denser vibration, and sometimes there is grounding cause to eat something denser, right? But when we're trying to lift, especially as we go through this time right now, we're trying to lift up our frequency and help each other step into this new era. Fruits are a huge part of that, right? And you're going to see them come to the forefront more and more. But lemon mimics bile in the body, so it helps the body kind of cleanse through the liver. Your liver is your largest organ of detox, right? And that helps the body detox out what it no longer needs, what's no longer serving us. Right now, we are releasing patterns of belief that no longer serve us and stepping into a new era of beliefs, and fruit is really supporting us. So there is no reason to fear the sugars in fruit. We all need sugar. There's no reason to consider carb a 4-letter word, right? I mean, we've seen the goddesses being fed grapes. Like, fruit is important. Fruit is important. What are these questions? Goji berries and acai really superfoods, or is that more marketing hype? Like, are you just as well off with raspberries or more common berries? So we can get into that, like the comparing the different nutrient profiles. So you guys know me, you know I'll compare the different nutrient profiles as we know them, but then also as I read the different fruits, right, energetically. So energetically, I see raspberries and common berries as like crazy through the roof. If we're talking clinically, Michelle, goji berries and acai have like way higher like their antioxidant level is like boop, 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 vitamin C level, boop, boop, boop. Like, that's why they get, lumped and labeled as a superfood. It really powers up your immune system that way. But energetically speaking, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, these things you can get commonly everywhere, are very supportive. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Nature is amazing. Okay, so that was just a brief one today, you guys. Maybe we'll make this a series. Maybe we'll jump into, Michelle's question, kind of like I channel for you guys. Maybe I'll channel some different fruits. Maybe I'll bring some fruit out here and we'll channel a mango and a bunch of raspberries and an acai packet and see what happens. I don't know what would happen, but I want to get on and give you that base level glossary there around fruits, its sugar, carbohydrates, what is a carbohydrate, what's a whole grain, what's a refined grain, what has a lower impact on our blood sugar, what has a higher one. We all know what it's like, right, to be 14 and have that sugar high, right? to have that, or to be 38 and have that sugar high where we have too much candy or what, you know what I mean? Like, we know what that feels like. But when you eat fruit, it's this steady eddy energy all day. It's not the high and then the crash. So that's what I'm talking about as to impact on your blood sugar. You know the difference if you have a sandwich made with white refined grain bread or with whole grain bread like an Ezekiel bread or something like that. Wild blueberries versus regular cultivated ones. Yes, these are all things we can get into. Ooh, this feels fun, right? Like, I feel a spark here, like a nice golden thread to follow, like of passion around the channeling the fruits. So maybe I'll buy some next week and we'll see what happens, or I'll forage some from my local garden. Ooh, we got the ideas turning. All right, but I wanted to give you guys that brief thing today because I still ran into this morning of a lot of confusion around fruit and carbs. And you know, in general, I'm all about releasing metrics and shoulds and should nots and restriction and diet energy and stepping into the energy of nourishment, and to really attuning to stepping out of our mind, right, and to one side of our brain around food, and really attuning to that energy inside of you, that intuitive knowing that always knows. Like, you are sovereign over your nourishment choices. Anything you choose or don't choose is just research, but it's also a reflection of the divine in you, right? So trust that more than anything. Trust that more than me. I'm just the guide on the side. Yes. Bring more resilience. I am resilient. Very cool, wonderful. Okay, love you guys. I'm gonna sign off, but this has been awesome, and perhaps we'll do more channeling with fruit. Do not fear fruit. Go have some fruit fun and report back what you found out. Talk to the fruits yourself, see how they affect in your body, and what kind of vibration they bring you, what kind of vibration you bring them. And I'll be on again soon. Love you guys. Bye.